recording, and we do have y'all's template in place. Website, view my site. Awesome. So we've got your content in place, and the main items that I'm going to do is just how to change some of these different pieces. So we'll talk about how to change this text that you see in what we call the hero image. So when I say hero image, I'm referring to this image that you have listed. I love this picture, by the way. This is awesome. I love it. And so change the text over the image. I'm also going to be reviewing with you how to change these different areas of text on your home page. So we have your home page main, your home page left, and then your home page right. These are all easy peasy. Now, all of these are, all of your home page is made up of what we responsive. So if I was on your page on a cell phone, I'd still have full And then the last thing that we'll be talking about is just how to add menu items and how to change the text within your menu items. So if I go to your founder page, oh, I can't go to any of these right now. I wonder why. If I went to one of these different pages, it's going to take us to an article. So a page of content we call an article on our website. All right. So let's go ahead and jump. So I'll go ahead and jump to the back end. So the first place that we're going to start today, I'm actually going to start, we're totally going to be working under the website tab. Under this website tab, the first thing we're going to take a look at is your media manager. So your media manager is just an in-house file store where you're going to be saving all of your images, any documents that you might want to add to your website. So you'll never be able to copy and paste an image into an article. You'd always have to save it in your media manager first. So I'm going to go ahead and select media manager. And here we are. Now your media manager is made up of different folders just to help with organization. So you have a documents folder, a folder with images. So you can save any docs. So I'll go ahead and save a document in your documents folder. I'm going to use our upload button at the bottom of our folder. And then I can choose the document I want to upload. So I'm going to upload your Go Live checklist. And so here it is. Now we can access it in our site. So as I mentioned previously, you can add documents, images. Now your site folder is what's pulling your logo into the front of your website. So make sure you always leave this as is. And if you ever want to change your hero image, any image that you add to this site folder in your media manager that's named hero.jpg, that's what becomes your hero image. So if you wanted to change this, you would just hit our red X, which would get rid of the existing hero image, and then upload a new hero image. Once again, the file has to be called hero.jpg. Any questions on that?
No, none so far.
Awesome. I do want to go ahead and mention you can also create additional folders for more organization. So if you have like internal docs, we could create an internal docs folder. You just can't add spaces in this area, which is why I used an underscore, and then I would select create folder. And now we have an additional subfolder here that you can use. So once again, just for additional organization. Hey, Miss Ronnie, how's it going?
Oh my gosh, please forgive me.
You are totally fine.
Yeah,
do not even worry about it.
So, okay, go ahead. I'm jumping right in.
Yeah, you're totally fine. We just got started about 3 minutes ago, and I'm recording this so you can go back and watch it. This is just going to be over content today, Ronnie. It's really straightforward. I was just talking, I'll go ahead and back up for just a moment. We're working totally under our website tab today. Everything that has to do with content or your website's under our website tab. And I also I'm just talking a little bit about your media manager. Your media manager is just what we call an in-house file store. You'll be saving documents after I click media manager. It looks like this. You'll be saving documents in here or images. You'll never just be able to like copy and paste a document link or copy and paste an image. You'll first have to save it in your media manager, and then you can bring it in from your media manager into your page of content or what we call your articles. So we'll be actually going through that process today. But that's everything on the media manager, really just kind of summed up. Tarsha, did you have any questions?
No, but can you go back and show her the homepage so she can just see, just in case she hasn't looked at it like recently?
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got your template in place for your website now, and this is what our homepage looks like.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
you'll notice we've got kind of some Pig Latin in places just as placeholders. The homework that I'm going to give to you guys from the content training is just to update the text on your homepage. So we've got homepage content, hero content over your hero image. This image that we have back here, we call the hero image. We've got your homepage main, which I'm about to show you where that's located at. It's so easy to update. We call this area the benefits of membership that you see. We call this area your homepage left. And then the lorem ipsum, this is what we would call your homepage right. So we're going to go through how to update these, and this is going to be kind of your little to get your hands dirty and help with knowledge retention from today's training.
Okay.
And quick question, Adrian, before you go on. If you, when you go back down, when it says like join now, and I know we're not going to be directing people to this website to join because they have to come to a thing. Can we change that verbiage, join today, to something
You'll
like
be able to
find
change,
out how to join?
Yes, you'll be able to change any of these areas of content, and I'll make sure I show you how to create external links, because if you wanted to create an external link, maybe where the membership application might be held, or maybe it's a paper application, I can show you how to create those by using, this is just a fun little button. You can create these anywhere within the site. I'll be showing you how to do that in just a moment as well.
Sounds great.
Okay, awesome. All right, so now that we've covered our media manager, the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about are widgets. So Ronnie, I just mentioned a moment ago, widgets are what allows your website to be responsive. So if you have a member that's looking at this portion of your website on a cell phone, you won't lose any of the different components. You won't lose usability or availability. Everything is still going to be usable from a cell phone view. That's what responsive, that's what a responsive website means. So the way that your website is responsive is because we use what we call widgets. So it's a little bit of a funky word. I'm going to go ahead and go back to website, and we're going to go look at the different widgets that you guys have in your website. The first we have here is your member landing, my name is. So if you're going to allow your members, you guys are not going to have your members log in to the MemberClicks website. Is that correct? They are going to be logging in, but they won't be using the social community in MemberClicks. Is that right?
I think we had discussed about having a main website and then a link to the MembersClick website.
Okay. So when you're
You know, Tarsha, I think you have us on speaker. You're breaking up.
Okay, hold on.
A lot. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I think we had originally discussed of having a main website that we can have a link on that the members can log onto that main website and then go to have a link to go to the MembersClick website, and that way that main website link to go to the Matrix website. Does that sound familiar, Ronnie?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. So then I think they probably will be using the social community piece. So the way that they will, one of the things that they'll see when they log in, they're going to be brought to a member landing page. When they see the member landing page, part of that is going to be greet airport. So that's this first widget here, the My Name is Member name tag. So this is a little pinstripe suit that you see in the background here. These are data merge fields that you see on this name tag, and it's going to data merge in their information from their profile. So, for example, like this will bring in like my contact name, which would be Adrienne Warren. My organization, it would read MemberClicks, and then whatever member type that I'm in. Now, if you guys don't like these data merge fields that are already here for you, if you don't like this setup, you can change any of these data merge fields. So let's say I get rid of organization, come to the bottom of what we call, this is our editor, what we call our WYSIWYG editor in here. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get, which is exactly true. Whatever you do here on the back end is exactly how it's going to look on the front end. Then I use my little button down here, merge data, and this is going to bring up all the different fields that we can merge in. We have the ability to merge in any attribute from your members' profiles. So if I change my mind and said, oh, I really do want organization, I can just pull it in, merge. Once again, this is just going to merge in that info from their profile.
Oh, okay. Could you click merge organization for me? There you go. Okay, and it's going to automatically do the 2 hashtags, put the word organization, and then the 2 hashtags automatically.
Exactly, and those are just allowing the system to recognize that, okay, this is where it's the code that recognizes that it needs to merge in the data from their profile, basically.
Okay.
All right, any other questions on this widget?
None for me at this moment.
None for me.
Okay, awesome. Oh, I see. Sorry, hold on one second, y'all. Bear with me. Huh. That's weird. Sorry. Okay, awesome. So let's move on to our next widget. The next item we're going to look at homepage main, homepage left, and homepage right. So once again, to update those 3 areas, we've got homepage main, homepage left, and homepage right. So to update these, I'm just going to click on my homepage main widget, and here's the text. So I could say, hi ladies, make sure you update this as part of your content training homework. Uh-oh, Ronnie, did we lose you? I'm just gonna...
I think we did.
See if she'll jump back on. So just to show you where that's affecting.
Okay.
It's just this area right up here. And you'll notice it was just as easy as me typing in a Word document to update this. I'm going to also put a little note here that will say, to access this area, go to, hey, there you are.
Sorry.
No worries. Website, widgets, home page, main.
Okay.
So it'll give you a little direction right in here that you'll see on the website. So that's the homepage main. Now you mentioned homepage left and homepage right. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. So if you wanted to update this, once again, it's just as simple as typing in a Word document. This button, though, is really fun. I can just delete it out just by backspacing. So if you ever want to create a button, the way that you do that is a button can be created anytime you link up either an external or an internal link. So anytime you create an external or an internal link in the website, you can create a button. For example, you could say, for more information on joining, click here. Goodness gracious, joining, there we go, click here. And let's say that this was going to link to your other website. Now I don't have the address, let's see, your website is, do you guys have an existing website that's up right now, don't you? Uh-oh, I think we will.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. Coming in garbage.
I'm sorry, I was on speaker and I wasn't thinking. What I will do is I will find out where they are with that website, and I'll get that to you.
Awesome. Well, it's not a big deal. I was just really going to use it as an example. I can use the front page of MemberClick. So let's just pretend like that this link is where you want them to go to find out more information on how to join. All you have to do is copy this link. Whoops. There we go. Copy our link, whatever's in the URL of the page you want them to go back to the back end of your website. I've highlighted the text that I want to link up to create an external link, which means they're being directed out of MemberClicks. So if they're going to another website, that's external, right? That's not in MemberClicks, it's out of MemberClicks. To do that, we're going to use our little link. It's a little teeny tiny icon up here above our editor. Yep. When I click on that link, it's going to ask me to paste in my link URL. Whatever link URL, wherever you want them to go is the link you're going to paste in. The only thing I might add here is that you direct this to open in a new window. That way they have your MemberClicks website open in the existing window and then open the external link in a new window. That way they can figure out how to get back to MemberClicks if they need to. And then we're going to insert. So this did not create the button, yet, but anytime you are creating, once again, an external or internal link to MemberClicks, if we're going to use our drop down, now it says paragraph, but really these are just some pre-formatted fonts we created for you guys. Heading 6, so heading 6 is the magic one. That's what creates the button.
Okay.
So you can type anything in. You can create an external link, an internal link, and then apply that heading 6, and that's going to be what creates the button for you. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
There will be a couple of other things I'll talk to you guys about in just a moment, but for right now, I think that kind of covers. So now once again,
Adrienne, quick question. Do we need to click apply and then save, or if just us clicking save will automatically apply it?
Question. So the big difference here is, let's say that I'm working on the front end of your website, and I'm like, am I going to like how that looks? I can have the front end of your website open in one tab and the back end of your website open in another tab. So if I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like that, if I hit apply, it's going to save the changes on the front end but keep me on this page. So then I can go back to the home page. That just feels really wordy. I need to shorten that a little bit, come back to my back end, and I could say, I might say, you know what, I want to change this. Click here for information on how to join. There we go. Then I can just say, maybe I like that. I'm going to apply it, go back to the front end, refresh it. So it's keep on this page that's how I like it. I can hit save. And that will save it also on the front end, but take me back to the widget manager or back to the previous page. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, definitely. Gotcha.
So they're both saving the changes on the front end, and you don't have to click one over the other.
Okay.
All right, so that makes homepage main, homepage left, and homepage right. We've made a couple of changes in here. I showed you guys how to update this button over here. I added this verbiage to kind of help you navigate to where to update this main area of text. Any questions on that homepage main, homepage left, or homepage right?
No, good.
Pretty easy. Okay, awesome. The next item we have is your footer info. I also want you guys to go ahead and update the footer info. That is right down here. So you'll obviously need to fill in whatever a physical address and phone number that you'd like to show on your website here. So you'll just find that in footer info, and you can just update it right here, once again, just like you're typing in a Word document.
Okay. And so we will put copyright, will we put that in, or like copyright 2018?
I can update that for you really fast. And then I would just update this text down here. And we might want to update this. So we might want to say NMSBA, or you full association name if you want to. And then you'll just update the verbiage right down here. So once again, I hit apply, go back to your home page.
And this is for the footer.
Correct. So now we've updated the date, and I put in y'all's acronym.
Okay.
The very last thing in this widgets area that we need to review, so I'm going to hit save, is login page content top half. So when your members are logging into your website, if they are not logged in, they are going to see a website that looks like this. The first thing that they're going to want to do is click member login. And this is going to bring them to a login page where they'll be able to enter in their their username and their password. The two widgets that I just mentioned allows you to add verbiage above or below the login section. I would say 99% of the time, my associations will leave this alone, but I have seen some associations that'll say something along the line of not a member, ? Learn more about becoming a member today and the benefits you'll gain by being within network marketing. And then they'll make a little link, just like I showed you a moment ago, to go to more information on how to join. So you could add this here, just a great another kind of like marketing place for your website. But once again, 99% of my associations just leave this blank. So if you wanted to add something, once again, custom login page, lower half, let's say top half, you could say, join, not a member.
Remember, only the only people who will have access to our website will be the members. So
exactly.
So we don't have to worry.
So you could just say, yeah. So I would just leave it blank then. Actually, I would just leave it as is. Cool.
Okay.
So that covers all of our widgets. Any questions on what a widget is or how to update them? Any questions at all on this area?
So just to make sure I understand, for widget members, what my manager is under website.
Correct.
Okay.
Website, widgets.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to
all right,
make sure.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, and we're about halfway done, y'all. Today's a really easy day. So the last thing that I want to do is show you how to create new pages of content. Maybe you have some members-only content you want to create, and then add that as a menu item. I'm about to do a lot of clicking around. It's a lot of click-throughs, but that's why I'm recording our training today so that you'll have it on recording. You can go back and watch it. And we also have a recorded video that I sent you guys. So let's go ahead and start by, once again, we're still under website. We're going to go to articles. Articles, same thing as a page of content. This is where we would create a new page of content that we might want to publish on the front end. So the first step is actually creating that page of content or that article. We've got lots of icons up here in the top right-hand corner. The ones that you'll be using the majority of the time is new. That's what we're about to use to create a new article. However, we also have move to trash and view trash. So if you need to delete something, you can move it to trash just by tagging it and then clicking move to trash. If you accidentally delete something, you can go view your trash and restore it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and use the big plus sign. At this time, we're going to create a title for our article. This is really just to help you guys find this page of content. So we could say members only page. That will automatically create an alias. An alias, we talked about aliases when we went over forms. That's what creates the second part of the URL or the link, the web address to this particular article. So if I typed in nmsba.memberclicks.net/ members-only-page, it would bring me to this page of content that we're about to create together.
Okay.
Now we're ready to start typing in our editor. Once again, this is that WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. And once again, that's so true, guys. Whatever you put in here is exactly as you're going to see it on the front end. So we could say members only, and then we could say, I just entered down, thank you for your continued support. Whatever else you want to say here. Now, let's say you want to add. Let's say we want to update this header up here. The best way to update your text, as far as size or color, is to once again use a moment ago. Now we've got pre-formatted colors in here. It looks like my designers just kept these black. I feel like the reason he kept them black is because I have seen some associations change their text color to yellow, but it's really, really hard to see, especially
Mhm.
for older eyes. So, or
Right.
my eyes that are just bad. So it looks like he kept them. It looks like he kept them black. So if you wanted to update these colors, just let me know and we can update them for you. But right now, I'm just
Mhm.
going to apply heading 1, and that's just made this text larger. Now, I do want to point out to you guys, you can change your font family and your font size. You can also
Mhm.
manually change your font color, or you could highlight your font. However, despite having these different abilities, I would pretty much always suggest staying away from these. And the reason I say that is because if you're using these headings that we've already created for you, for one, it's going to allow consistency in your website. So you
Mhm.
may do some custom colors, some custom fonts, custom sizes. Next thing you know, you're going to create a new article. You forget all of those custom things that you did, and now they look totally different, and you're having to go back and forth to figure out what you did the first time. So if you just use these formatted fonts we created for you, be a problem. Now, the second
Okay.
big thing here is if you guys went through a rebranding, or let's just say you wanted to freshen up your site, you could contact me or our help team and say, hey, our colors used to be black and yellow, but now they're going to be black and red. Can you update our website? We'll come in here and update your formatted font to red, and it's going to auto-populate throughout your entire site. So you didn't have
Mm.
to do a thing. We just were able to do it for you. Now, if you used any of these custom fonts, you're going to have to go back through and manually update everything. So really, the
Okay.
gist is I would really just suggest sticking to these formatted fonts we created for you. Okay.
Is that a part of the fee that the monthly fee that we pay as well when changes are made?
Yeah. So sometimes our designers will charge, like if you called in and said you wanted to change your template, which is that whole thing that your website is in, we
Mhm.
would typically charge to make a change like that because we're basically having to rebuild your website from scratch. But changing a
Mhm.
color, that is typically included. That is something that we could just do for you off the shelf.
Okay.
Okay. Unless there got to be just a ton of, if you guys were calling in every day and making color changes, then we might have to charge you something, but typically it's free.
Or send us to a psych doctor. No.
Awesome. So that's kind of just like a little overview of changing your font. A couple other things I can point out to you. You can bold, italicize, underline. We've got strike throughs, different alignments you can use. So like I mentioned, really similar to using a Word document, y'all.
Mhm.
Let's talk about something that is a little bit more unique to MemberClicks, adding in an image. So I mentioned if you wanted to insert an image into an article, you would first have to save that image in your media manager. The way that we access that media manager is by placing our cursor. We're first going to place our cursor wherever we want to populate the image in at. This time we're going to come to the bottom of our editor, and you'll see there's an image button down here. If I click on this image button, it's going to bring up a mini media manager. So I
Mhm.
showed you in the media manager all those folders that you have. Notice you've got folders up here. We can use our drop down. Here's all those folders.
Okay.
I know that your logo's in your site folder, so I can choose the site folder, select your logo, and then insert this image. Now, there may be a
Mm.
couple of things we want to change to your image. Maybe we want to change its placement, its size. To do those different types of changes, to change the appearance of your image, I'm just going to click on your image, and I'm going to come to the top of your editor. There's a little tree icon, and notice it's already highlighted here. I always joke and say it's my favorite icon because it's so cute. It's a little teeny tiny tree. If I click on that little tree, I get another pop-up, and once again, we're just changing the appearance of your image, so I'm going to select the Appearance tab. If you forget anything I'm about to review with you guys, it does give you an example right here on the right-hand side. So it's showing you
Okay.
exactly what you're doing. The first thing that we can change is the alignment. That's how the image aligns with your text. I always like to push my image left. Choosing left is going to push my image over to the left, and it's going to wrap my text around my image.
Nice.
I think that looks nice. The next thing that we can do is change the dimensions. That's the size of your image. So maybe this image is a little bit too big. I'm going to guess and say, I think I want it to be 200 pixels. This is measured in pixels. We always want to make sure we're constraining proportions. So this box is checked and you want to leave it checked. The reason why is because this is going to auto fill in the second dimension for me. I have no idea the proportions of your image. So if I unchecked this, I'd have to fill in a random number and it would most likely distort your image because I don't know what pixels it should be. I don't have that kind of design knowledge. So I'm going to leave that constrained and it's going to fill in the second dimension for us. The next items, vertical and horizontal space. This is going to create a space cushion between your image and the text. Once again, this is measured in pixels. I typically just do 10 pixels. So you'll notice now we've got a little gap here. I can do the same thing for horizontal. And we've got a gap here. So that'll prevent the text from backing right up to the back of the image. The last thing that we can do here is add a border. This is a really simple, just black border, once again measured in pixels. So I could add like a 3-pixel banner, or border, I should say, around your image. And at this point, I'm going to hit update. It's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? I'm going to say, yes, I want to make my changes. And now you'll notice we've pushed our image to the left. We've added that black border. The image is smaller. We've got our text that starts at the top of the image, but we've got that space cushion between the text and the image. So you can see all of those changes that were made. Any questions on how I added the image and then changed the appearance of the image?
Not for me.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Whoops. All right, a couple other things that I want to review with you guys, and that's how you add internal and external links. So we already added an external link. External link, once again, we just highlighted our text, use our little link icon up here at the top, and placed in our URL that we want to link to. I also like to change the target window. We want this to open in a new window, and then we hit insert, and we're done. Internal links are similar, but a little bit different. Same concept. I'm highlighting the text that I want to link up, but this time I'm coming to the bottom of the editor, and I'm choosing this button that says Site Links. This is going to bring up another media manager where we could choose clicks. Maybe I want to link back to the home page. Maybe we want to link to some of the community features like forgot username, forgot password, my profile, any menu items that already exist, any forms that we might create. If you have a directory search, which I know is going to be really important to you guys, we can do the directory search, or we could link to files. So I'm going to go to File, and we can go to our Documents. This is where I saved that. I'm going to link to that Go Live checklist. And then insert this link, and we're done. Same concept as earlier. If we want to create these as buttons, we're going to go back and highlight the text that we linked up and choose heading 6 from our drop-down, and that creates our buttons for us.
How about the one, since we are doing a directory search, would you mind clicking on that and showing how we would do that as well? I think I have an idea. I just want to make sure.
Well, we'd have to create the directory search first, which before we could link to it. But there's so many ways that we could link. And let me see if I did create it already. It's under directory search. No, I haven't created one yet. So we gotta put the kind of the horse before the cart on that one. But I'll definitely do that for you guys, and we can spend some time on our next call just reviewing how to set that up and what that's going to look like. Okay. Awesome. All right, guys, we're pretty much done. The only other things that I want to point out here is you do have a back button and undo. If we wanted to redo, we could choose our arrow pointing forward. You can choose, you can insert a horizontal line, which I see my associations do a good bit. So that's just this horizontal line icon. It's just a light gray. If you guys know any HTML, we do have HTML that an HTML editor that you can use. If you don't know HTML, just don't even worry about looking at that. And I think that that's it. We do have a lot of icons in here that are for tables. My recommendation to you guys is to not use any tables in the website. And the reason why is because I mentioned earlier that our website is responsive, but the second that you add a table, that table is not responsive. So everything's going to look beautiful until you get to an article with a table in it, and you're going to be scrolling, trying to see everything in that table, and it's just going to look kind of funky. So most of the icons that you see here have to do with tables, and I would really recommend not using those at all. Okay. Any questions on the editor?
None for me.
Not for me.
Okay. Awesome. The last step will be to save articles to decide who gets to see this. So for you guys, that's over here, group access in the top right-hand corner. You might want all of your members to see it, but you don't want prospects or public to see it. So I just unchecked those two groups. But as long as you want everybody else to see it, we can let everybody else see it. This is where you're really determining who gets to see this page of content. And then I'm just going to save. So we've created a page of content. However, it is not live on the site. It's just sitting on the back end. So now we need to add it to a menu item. So second step, it's going to feel a little bit like Groundhog Day, but what we're going to do is hover over the website tab again. This time we're going to go to menu items, because that's what we're doing right now. We're creating a menu item. The next option that it's giving us is, what menu item are you wanting to add something to? What menu are you changing? You've got a main menu, social network menu, member menu, and quick links menu. So just to point out where those are, you have a social community, or I should say social network menu, that will appear down here in the bottom right-hand corner of your site. This will have like a Facebook icon, Twitter icon, LinkedIn icon, Instagram icon, whatever social community platforms you guys have. We can add those.
Okay.
Your quick links menu, I don't think is published right now, but really that'll just be like some quick links along the right-hand side. I'm not sure that you guys need that, so I think I turned it off. But we do have the ability to add a quick links menu. The main one that you'll be using pretty much every day is going to be the main menu. Let's send this yellow banner across. So we're going to add that article that I created to the main menu right up here at the top of your website. So to do that, I just say menu, because that's what we're going to be changing.
Okay.
Now the main menu is going to give you an overview of what your website will eventually, or what your website will look like, almost like the outline of a paper. You'll notice we've got the same icons across the top here. So if I wanted to add a new menu item, to add a new article, I'm going to use the plus sign that says new. This next step is asking us, okay, you've told me you want to add a new menu item to the main menu, but what kind of menu item are you going to add? You could link directly to an external link. So you could have a join now button at the top of your menu item that says join today, and it could take them straight to your other website. We could link them to forms. We could link them directly to directory searches. We don't see that right now because we don't have them created, but once we create directory searches, we'll see that. We can link them directly to their profile. What we're doing right now, though, is linking them to an article, because that's what we just created, a single article. So I'm going to select single article. Everything else in here, front page blog layout, category blog layout, category list, archived article. If you ever get confused here, just think to yourself, okay, we did not get fancy. We didn't do any of that fancy stuff. All we did was created just a really simple single article. So that's kind of, this is the only one you'll be using.
Okay.
Same thing here. Now we need to create a title. Now this is going to be how the menu item appears on the front of your website. So I'm going to call this members only. Once again, we have our alias. Now, if you want this to be a main menu item up at the very top, we want to keep top highlighted because it's going to maintain or remain, I should say, at the top of your menu. If you wanted this to be a sub-menu item, you would want to highlight home or about us or events, one of these other menu items that already exist. We're going to highlight one of those because that's going to drop it below the main menu. Now, the third piece to this is you can create a tertiary menu item. So in that case, maybe you want a tertiary menu to come underneath Founder or Our Vision. If I highlight Our Vision, it's going to create a sub-menu of Our Vision, which would be a tertiary menu of About Us. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. That makes absolute sense.
Awesome. Same thing, do you want this to open in the same browser or a browser? If it's an article that exists inside of MemberClicks, I'd say just have it open in the same browser, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to once again decide who gets to see this. Can anybody see it, or maybe only those members can see it once again? And then this very last item, select an article. So we're almost done, but once again, so far we've told our system, okay, we want to add something to the main menu. We want to add a single article. We want that single article in the main menu to be called members only. Now we need to tell it, okay, what article is going to pop up when we click that button. So I'm going to select. I'm going to choose the article that I just created, which is called Members Only Page. That's the one I just created.
Okay.
And then we hit save. So now I'm going to go back to the front page of our website. We're going to refresh our page. What did I do? Oh, I put it under. Let me update that. I put it under something else. I just highlighted top again, and there it is, Member Center. Huh. Your website's doing something funky. I am just going to be honest with you. That is weird. Member Center. What? Separator URL. Let me do this. Let me look at this for, oh, I'm sorry. So I just clicked on members only. That's the tab I just created. And here's that example that I just created, guys.
Okay.
So you'll see we've got the header that I created, the image that I added from the media manager, the text that I just typed in like I was typing in a Word document, my horizontal line that we have here as a separator, and then my external link, which is going to bring us back to the front page of your website, and internal, which I think is going to bring up your Go Live checklist, which is what I saved in your media manager.
Okay.
And that's everything. I mean, that really is all there is to it. There's some other stuff that our system can do, but for you guys, I think this is the gist of what you need. So what questions do you have on this?
I have one question. Oh, go ahead.
Do you tell?
Well, one question from our actual page, the home page. Earlier when you were, before Ronnie came on, you were clicking on the tabs like About Us, and you couldn't click on the other tabs underneath it, our Founder, Vision, and Mission. Would that be active for us if we log into it? In case we want to go in and just start updating it now?
Will you say that one more time?
Before Ronnie came on, you were showing me the home tab, our actual website, and you were just clicking on just to show me, and like you clicked on About Us, and it wasn't letting you click, Founder or whatever. Is that because we just haven't edited, or is it because we have to go into it and update it?
I think.
Or is that something that we need to, when we log in under our username, we'll be able to go to them?
Let me check something. I don't know if my designers added these tabs as examples. Are these the same tabs you have on your existing website?
Those are the ones when in the design document that I sent you. Those are the tabs that I wanted to have on there.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we will need to add verbiage to these. Do you have verbiage we can pull from somewhere, or would you feel more comfortable just coming in here and typing it in yourself?
Whichever is more easiest. I mean, I don't mind coming in and typing it in myself if I have access to it, or if I can go in and access it.
Yeah, you do have access to this.
Okay.
So why don't we do this? I want you to update. I want you to update the front page here.
Okay.
And I'd like for you to try to update these tabs. Now,
Okay.
it's going to be a little bit different, but I want you to try to navigate it. It's really going to be kind of testing your knowledge. Go back and watch that content video. If you get stuck, shoot me an email. I'd like to see you do maybe at least one of them. And then if you say, Adrienne, this is taking me forever, here's the content, just plug it in for me. I'll just take care of it for you. But just try one for me. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Any other questions on this?
No.
No? Okay. So this is technically, y'all, technically kind of our last training here. The next call that we have, so I'm going to be sending you a follow-up email doing some of these little homework items. I'm also going to be sending you the social community video that I want you all to watch. So when we get together for our next call, we're going to review the social community training for about 20 minutes. And then for the remaining 40 minutes, we can talk about creating the directory and then go through the Go Live checklist. So I'll send you a copy of the Go Live checklist in my follow-up email as well. Everything that you see on that list are just homework items I've given you from the trainings thus far. So it's really going to, you will have already seen everything that's on there. So I will send that follow-up email to you guys. I'd kind of like to go ahead and maybe schedule that next call, maybe towards the end of next week, to give you enough time. Okay, awesome. And we can even go out to the beginning of the following week if that would be better. What are you thinking?
End of the end of next week.
End of next week.
The end of next week.
We can do that, like maybe the 19th or 20th. Golly, I can't believe the end of next week is the 19th or 20th. That is
Isn't that crazy?
I have been saying that all
scared,
year. That's how I feel, Ronnie. I mean, holy, I say that I feel like I'm saying that every call. It's just crazy.
So far I'm open for either one of those days.
Let's
do
here. Thursday.
Okay.
Let's do Thursday. And let's do, can y'all do the same time? Can you do another 2 to 3?
2 o'clock? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good for me.
Okay.
Okay, NMSBA. This is going to be kind of reviewing social community and directory and Go Live checklist. Awesome. So that is going to be a really fun one. And then we'll also be talking about questions and all that kind of good stuff. And then after that one, y'all, we'll have one more call probably, and you guys will be ready to, you'll be ready to fly. So I told Tarsha, Ronnie, that you definitely, with the MemberClicks portion, can be completed and wrapped up by the end of this month. I don't know how the other kind of working pieces are going, but for MemberClicks, we'll definitely be able to get wrapped up by the end of this month. Okay?
I think the directory will be ready before the matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So that's going to be awesome. We can give folks something to shoot towards now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. All right. Well, y'all let me know if you have any questions. I'll be sending